So I'm here with Thomas from Volbeat, and we're here in Tampere, and you guys are having a gig over here tonight. And you've been here in Finland how many days?
Four. We've played four shows. This is our fifth show in a row. So we've been here 5 days, something like that. Yeah.
So it's pretty snowy. It's rained a lot. So how do you like the weather over here?
Well, it's good. It's cold, but I like snow. I'm into skiing and all that. So not that I've done any on this tour, but in Denmark it's normally just cold and rainy, and that's shitty weather. And this is kind of nice. I think it's a real winter.
Yeah, one of my questions was supposed to be from Michael that with this weather, and we've had a lot of influence and all that over here, so how does he keep his voice clear? But obviously he's having some problems with it.
Yeah, it's really hard. Playing 5 shows or more in a row, and as I said, we get up really early, so we don't always catch enough sleep, so sometimes that fucks up your voice a little bit. But I don't know, I think the most important thing as a singer is probably getting you asleep and not go out too much, and then just try to keep your throat warm most of the time.
Your previous album rose up to rank #1 over here in Finland. So how did the fans treat you over here? How do you like the Finnish fans?
It seems like the Finnish people are really into our band and the genre we play, and of course we're really honored about that. And the thing about becoming #1 and the sale charts is that's amazing. We've only done that in Denmark. We did that on the last album as well, but we never expected to do that in Finland. So when we got those numbers the first week of the release, it was like, whoa. Because we haven't really played that many shows up here, so it's really like things have been going really quickly. But I've always had the idea that the Finnish audience was really into metal and hard rock.
Yeah, we're a metal country.
Yeah. And you guys are into partying and into drinking, into having a good time actually, and that's pretty much what Volbeat is all about anyway. So I think it's a pretty perfect mix.
I read somewhere that Denmark really isn't the metal country. And I guess your album was the first metal album, a Danish metal album, to reach #1 over there. So how do you feel about that? And has it changed things at all in Denmark?
Of course, it's no matter what sort of music you play. If you make it to the charts and if you make it to #1, of course that's an honor. But the thing is that when the radio in Denmark started playing our music, they weren't really playing that much rock music. And it seems like they're actually starting to play more rock and more metal-oriented stuff, and that's, of course, is a huge gain. And I don't know if we kind of set that or made that happen, but kind of, that suddenly it got legal on the national radio to play something with distorted guitars and double bass drum and that stuff. But actually, there are a lot of good Danish metal bands. There's a pretty good scene. It's not like you can tell that there's a certain Danish sound, because I think we got bands playing lots of different variations of metal, and lots of those bands are touring Europe and signing with good labels and everything. So, and touring with bigger bands and everything. So it seems like a good thing is going. But of course we're like. We're like the ones that I don't know, made it to the highest level, and of course it's a good thing if we can kind of set focus on the Danish scene. That's a natural thing. Whenever you hear Volbeat, oh, they're from Denmark, and you check out, is there any other Danish bands around, and you find that there's a lot of good bands. So we hope that we can help some of those bands to actually maybe make it a little outside Denmark as well.
So has your life changed at all between from these 2 albums before that? Like, has it really changed back in Denmark?
Yeah, of course. Since we play more than 100 shows a year and we got a lot of other stuff to do, we're like working full time on this thing. So things have changed from maybe having a day job or going to school and then play whenever you had the time to actually play and work with the band all the time. but it's, not much changed, Yeah, now we can make a living out of playing music, and we can focus 100% on that. But what we do, like a normal day, it's still the same shit. You're still your girlfriend is still yelling at you because you didn't vacuum clean the apartment and all that stuff. So it's this, it's the same freaking problems. It's the same yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really normal. Yeah.
We are really normal guys, and we try to keep our feet on the ground. But of course, things are doing well, and that's just good. But you still remember where you came from and everything. So,
like the last two albums have been really big, and I guess you're going into the States later this year, having a tour in USA. So how do you feel about it? Is that exciting? And in a way, do you have pressure at all going over there, big market and everything?
Yeah, we're going in what is it, to the 2 first weeks of May. We're actually going with Nightwish, so we're gonna hear some more Finnish language, see if we can learn a few words. And thanks to the Nightwish guys, of course, for inviting us on that tour. Of course, I've never even been to the States myself, like as a private person. So I'm just excited to go there and see what's up, as a tourist. But of course, it's the land. There's a dream about America and making it in America. No Danish band ever made it in America, rock bands at least. So it's something special, and the Danish media really focused on us going over there because it seems like we're doing pretty well wherever we go. So maybe we're gonna be the first band that can make it somehow in US. But for us, it's just another country that we're gonna play. Of course, we got all these things because there are so many good American bands, and of course, the whole band is influenced by the American culture and everything. So it's gonna be something special. But again, it's the same songs we're gonna play on the same guitars, and we're the same 4 guys in the band and the same crew members traveling. And we speak English here anyway at the shows, so it's probably gonna be pretty much the same. But again, it's a little bit exciting what's gonna happen and how it's gonna be, And as you said, of course, US is a big market, so there's of course also an interest in trying to show the American people that you actually got something to offer, and hopefully sell some CDs and get back there as soon as possible to play some more shows. Been a hard-working band, so we're of course going to continue that. We already actually started fooling around with a few songs. We did that on the last album, that Michael or I come up with some idea, and we try to jam it at maybe at a sound check, because we're not at home, so we don't go to the rehearsal room. We were playing a song today, or a part of a song, trying some different things. So that's kind of how things get written normally on the road. But what we're going to do now is we're going back to Denmark for 1 day, I think, and then we hit to Germany and Austria and Eastern Europe. And then we go back home for, I think it's 3 weeks, so we're probably going to do some writing there, and then we go to Norway and Sweden, play London and play Denmark. And then we go to Italy actually with Nightwish again, and then I guess we got another couple of weeks off, and then we hit to the US, and then it's festival season.
Yeah.
So then we probably got like 30 festivals lined up or something. So, and I don't know yet what we're gonna do in the fall, but we're probably gonna do some more touring. Hopefully get back to US. So songwriting is something that happens in between all this stuff. So it's not like we do a tour of 3 months and then we don't write songs and then we go back home and write. It's just an ongoing process. So I think maybe we're gonna hit the studio later this year. But of course we need to have the songs ready first and everything. We're not really in a hurry. But on the other hand, if we write some good songs, why not record it and see when it fits with a new album. Cool.
This is pretty much it, and I thank you a lot for this opportunity, and say something for the Finnish fans, and we'll be off.
Yeah, thanks a lot for now 4, and hopefully also tonight 5 really great days here in Finland. And yeah, thanks for buying our albums and going to our shows. Thanks.